day 4 of the World Cup, and we had a big shock in Group E with Japan beating Germany 2-1. Not as big a shock as I think the Argentina vs Saudi Arabia result yesterday, but still, Germany, who probably one of the favourites as well for the tournament, losing on the first day, well, their first match. And I think that Germany started the match pretty well. They were dominating. They had a lot of chances. The way they were playing, there was a lot of balls out to the left. The left back, I forgot what his name was, Rome or something like that. And they had a lot of play down there. And thought they played some nice combination football as well, like just outside the box, some nice moves even on the right side, some pullbacks, but they never took their chances. And as we're learning, or we should know about football, if you don't take your chances, you can always suffer. And even though Japan did have a few moves in the first half as well on the counter attack where they didn't make the most of their opportunities, but they did have those openings where you thought to yourself there could be something there. And then, as happens in the second half, they came back and the 1-2-1 with the goal in the 82nd minute, the winner. And the other goal was on the 74th minute. So within about 10 minutes, I think they scored 2 goals. And probably they were pushing a lot at the end, towards the end of the match. And I think that caused a lot of problems with Germany with just running off players and making runs in behind. And Manuel Neuer made 2. The first one, it was a cross that was parried. Don't think that he could do much more really, and then the player just followed up. Second one, it was low. You could say maybe he could come out, but again, the second goal for Germany was really bad goal to give away. They didn't read the free kick properly. I think Sule was playing the player onside. He had dropped further than his other defenders, and it was a great touch by the player. And then it was a good finish as well. So Germany really disappointing on second goal, but possibly the first goal as well. And huge victory for Japan. So which means now that Germany plays Spain on Sunday in another match similar to Argentina versus Mexico, where Argentina have to win. You'd say Germany have to win as well. If they lose, basically they're out, I think. So big trouble could be on the horizon for Germany, and especially if you see how the way Spain played today. Huge 7-0 win for Spain, and Gavi became the youngest Spanish player to play in a World Cup, and he also became the youngest Spanish player to score in a World Cup at 18 years old and 110 days. Third youngest player overall ever, I think, to score in a World Cup. So that was Spain's 100th goal in the World Cup as well. So convincing win for Spain. I think a lot of people were saying they haven't got goals in them, but they spread the goals. I think about 5 or 6 different players scored today. So fantastic performance from Spain. 82% possession, which is the most since teams had since 1966. But Costa Rica were terrible, absolutely poor. No attempts on target. I don't think they even had an attempt, did they? And I don't think they had. The last team that had those stats were Costa Rica in the 1990 World Cup against Brazil. So really disappointed in Costa Rica, just the performance that they put up. It's going to be interesting to see if Spain can play like this against some of the bigger teams. But Rodri was starting at the back as well, so that was an interesting move. But Gavi and Pedri, two outstanding talents they are. And another thing, 3-0 draws in the space of 24 hours. So Croatia versus Morocco, which was today. Denmark, Tunisia, Mexico, Poland, which were both yesterday. So those 3-0 draws in 24 hours. And in the 2018 World Cup, there was 1-0 draw in the whole tournament. So something going on there. And Belgium beat Canada as well. I think Belgium were very, very lucky. I thought they were really poor. Kevin De Bruyne wasn't at the races as well. Canada, again, they had got into really good chances. Alphonso Davies missed a penalty as well. But just the final bit with not clinical and just haven't got the talent. So I think Belgium got away with it, even though they were better in the second half. But Canada, I think they played really well. Very athletic, mobile, good intensity in the first half, especially. But it's just that finishing touch, what they needed. Belgium could be in a bit of trouble, I think. It looks like the team haven't got legs in them, especially if you're running off them. So that's going to be very interesting to see. Onana in the second half help them with that defensive side of the game. So it's going to be interesting to see how they move on later on in the tournament. What else was there today? Pep Guardiola also signed a 2-year contract extension. Man City contract was due to end at the end of this season, but he'll be there for another 2 seasons after this. So don't think that's good news for the rest of the Premiership. And what else have we got here? So yeah, just Belgium, still a few empty seats. No, not a few, quite a lot in the matches as well. Belgium versus Canada. I think Belgium equaled the record of 8 consecutive group stage wins, and they're unbeaten in their last 13 group stage matches too. So yeah, tomorrow, what have we got tomorrow for you? We've got early kickoff in Switzerland versus Cameroon. Not sure if I'm going to be able to watch that. 1 p.m. Uruguay versus South Korea. 4 p.m. Portugal versus Ghana. So we'll see Cristiano Ronaldo in action and see what he has to offer as a free agent. Could be some teams looking for him. And 7 p.m. we have probably the favourites, Brazil versus Serbia. So looking forward to watching Brazil and Neymar play as well. So yep, another day. Not as much controversy as yesterday. In fact, actually, we forgot to mention Germany team putting their hands over their faces, over their mouths when they took the team photo. So still got a bit of stuff going on in the background there with the all that political stuff. And Denmark even said they might leave FIFA today. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be leaving the World Cup anytime soon. So we'll see what if any other teams adopt that stance as well. So yeah, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you tomorrow.